As Father has said, like we are going to talk about two ministries today, and these two ministries are like Child Minister for the Decent Work and Economical Growth. That's Sustainable Development Goal number 8. And another is goal number 9. That's Child Minister for Innovation, Industry, and Infrastructure. So how we are going to do, as Father has said, like we are going to talk about goal number 8, like the Child Ministry for Decent Work and Economic Growth first, and then we will have some question answer, and then we'll go to the goal number 9, Child Ministries for Industry, Innovation, and Infrastructure, and then we'll again take some time to answer your questions. So that's how we are going to uh, spend our time together. That's one thing. If you have anything coming up in between, you might just put your response or comment, suggestion, anything, questions in the chat box meanwhile. Yeah. Great. So as Father has said, like every child ministries has this different goal, and each and every child is a particular minister in the children parliament. And so when we talk about decent work and economic growth, for the child ministers, like what is the essential work of that ministry? It's basically to promote sustainable, inclusive, and economical growth. And it also should provide full and productive and employment and decent work for all. So what does it mean? Let me just explain you in more detail. So when we say decent work, child ministers are supposed to, I mean, as Father has said, already introduced, like to have a work is a right, have a decent work is a right. Like how we can orient children in a way that like they start feeling that having a decent work is a right. It's not a privilege. And so basically when they are sitting together in their neighborhood, they will be looking at like, okay, in our neighborhood, everyone has a decent work or not. If not, then they will, as we know the model of like how children parliament work, they will be talking about it and figuring out their solution and, what could be the next. Another, like what happens in the children parliament, like what this minister does. They basically get the data on the unemployment, like, okay, who are the unemployed people, parents in our children parliament, and what could be the solution forward. Another, the third aspect that adds into this decent work and economic growth is like, are they being paid minimum? Like we have, each and every state has, even if the central has a guideline for the minimum wages, So are they being paid minimum wages or not? If not, then again, I will not repeat like how the children parliament function, but like I'm just talking right now about mainly focusing on like what this minister would bring to the parliament. Yeah, so they will be bringing the issue and topic regarding the minimum wages. They might even do some surveys around, the neighborhood, like, okay, let's consider the family of mother, father, and you can say two elders, like the grandparents and, children. So basically a family of 6, like they might even do some sort of survey around like, okay, what is the minimum cost that we would require to live a sustainable life. And then they might suggest this data or kind of interlink this minimum wages thing with the industry around their neighborhood. That's the main aspect. Like, and there will be some instances, where the children will be seeing, okay, this is the minimum wage that has to be. This is the wage should reach to the laborer, but there are some exploiter in between, in the chain, and they are not allowing that to happen. So they will also identify such type of, shortcoming, and they will work on it. Another is basically to get the idea about like, okay, what is happening around. So decent work, another component of the decent work is safe and conducive environment. What does it mean? So when you are working in an industry, when you are working in an organization, the environment, the work environment where you are working should be safe and conducive. Conducive means you should be able to, feel better while you are working there. It should be coherent, not something that, feel like not safe to work with. So how they get this information? So there are people around, there might be people around neighborhood who are actually working in industries, who are working in different department, government, maybe government, different government department, who might be able to provide some information on like how it should be, how um, the work environment should be safe and conductive. So they might be playing some audios, videos, or even sometime invite such speakers or knowledgeable person to share their thoughts on these ideas in their parliament. Also, we have labor laws in place, and like this children minister would make sure that like the labor rights and are really being followed or not, and if not, then again they would discuss about it in the children parliament. The basic idea is to for the decent work is to stop the modern slavery and the child labor that we are having, and also, as I said, like to provide a full-time and productive employment. Yeah. Sometime in the children parliament, like when we are talking about economical growth start with from the very neighborhood level, as father has mentioned, like and the key idea behind this economical growth is like if everyone have job, like then they will be able to make themselves sustainable, and if they will be able to sustainable, the businesses or the local businesses or the industries around that would be somehow the cash flow, in the technical term we say cash flow, would be in very much in the flow. So I mean this child minister work is will make sure that like if we have enough jobs and how do they make sure? So basically, in children parliament, they talk about, okay, his father I think already talked, they will talk about like what I want to become. So in children parliament, they will be talking about, okay, this is what I want to become. Okay, there will be some children who might be saying like, okay, I don't know what to do, you know. Then there will be some people who will be asking like, I'm feeling like I'm interested in this, but I don't know more information about it. So these children can also bring some this minister can also work on like bringing other counselor, you can say external counselor or career guidance, maybe from schools, maybe from the neighborhood, like the people who are wise, or those who have actually they are already working outside in the world and they know like what the world is around, and like they are able to help the children to figure out like what is the better option available in the market and what they actually want to do, like how this both thing can come together and really help children to make a better choice in in which direction they would like to work on. And it doesn't stop there. Basically they start then once they know like this is the skills or this is the path that I would like to follow, then they start building skills around that. So that's how it basically roll out. Excuse me. So when we are talking about decent work or economical growth, uh, these children's also take care of the people with disabilities. So most of the if you are aware about, like if you look at the industries around us or businesses around us or organization around us, there are very less organization who are really disabled friendly. Now because of some sort of awareness, people have started creating a space for them, but otherwise you might have experienced like even to climb a stair, like they do not have the wheelchair path, and people with disability really need to struggle. So like they also advocate friendly work environment for person with disabilities, like and uh, also at the same time like they think about entrepreneurial activities, like they might invite some entrepreneur for the talk in the children parliament. They even might watch the videos together, like if there is any inspiration stories. Yeah, and like the basic idea is, okay, what is happening around the world, like how we can create sustainable, inclusive, and economical growth, and how we can provide the full and productive employment and decent work follow, like that's what is the, yeah, I mean keeping in mind and figuring out like what is happening, and bringing that into the children parliament, and thinking about it, working on it, and yeah. So There are another aspect also. Like there will be, as I mentioned earlier, there will be some situation where there are some mediators in between who are actually doing exploitation of the labor rights. And when it comes to a notice in the parliament, they might just figure out some solution about like, okay, what are the alternatives for these mediators, like how we can stop this exploitation of the labor rights that these people are doing, and they might be talking about it. Yeah. And there is, as Father has said, introduced, I mean, the way I introduced, like, I'm working in sociocracy, like, and sociocracy is a system and process that really help to eliminate such type of exploitation. So we also train these children on sociocratic methods, so they also advocate or are aware about like how we can stop this exploitation, in the groups, or in the industry or somewhere in neighborhood. Like when something happens, they know like how we can, if they have any system in place, they know how to avoid it or reduce or eliminate the effect of it. Yes, and I think that's the key aspect that it's covers, like what the child minister of the decent work and economical growth usually look for, or discuss the topics in their neighborhood. And there is like in industry there is always like when we talk about growth, when we talk of economical growth, like I mean it's most of the time we think about, I mean, yeah, let me just say it in another way. When we talk about economical growth, we somehow usually corporates or industries compromise on the other aspect, like human rights and the environments. So it becomes a sort of race that where we do not consider like how we are impacting or how we are affecting the environment or how we are violating the human rights. So these children are also trained on like how you can create ideas or create industries in a way that it also doesn't affect the environment. Like how you can be mindful of all aspect of the neighborhood, not just economical growth. So it's all 360 view that they see together, and they work on it. So I think that's a very brief and major kind of idea of like how children come together and they talk about different different things under this ministry, and like what they do, how do they solve the problem of their neighborhood under the ministry of the economical growth and decent work. So let's just take some time to have your question, and I'm feeling like I just went so fast. So let's just pause for a while and have your question, and then I will share something else, and then we'll go to the next ministry. So yeah, any questions? Let me just look at the chat box. No. Okay.
Umesh, usually they ask the question at the end. You can continue with your talk. You finish both the talks, then they will ask the questions.
Okay. If you want to keep that way, yeah, sounds good. Sounds good to me.
You're mute. You are mute. One minute.
Yeah. So yeah, great. So yeah, so basically this is about like how in Chilean parliament, like we talk about decent work and economic growth. There is another aspect also, like the child labor. In the Chilean parliament, they also do a sort of mapping around. Like if there is an industry, I mean, when we say about decent work, it actually should avoid the child labor, in the industry. And if they are not exploiting any child rights in the in the name of the economical growth, so they also do some sort of mapping in the neighborhood around like what is happening, if there is any problem, something on the same level. Yeah. They also sometimes I mean, if you look at the neighborhood, most of these people either have a farming as their way of livelihood, or they go outside in their neighborhood villages and do work in some factories or industries, you know. And then there are a number of business, but largely like this is how they are mostly spreaded. So sometimes they also conduct interviews with workers, you know, who are going into factories, and also talk about or even try to understand and like what are the difficulty and dangers they are facing in their workplaces. And that's the how you know gather the information about like what's happening in the industry in context of decent work. So yeah, and basically that's a key of like this sustainable development goal, the child minister of decent work and economical growth. The idea is like how for to have economical growth, we start with the neighborhood level, you know, like how these children, not children actually, like how we can have more opportunity for everyone so that everyone is able to meet their own need, and how the cash flow keeps going. So that's how it you know translate to the different level, like from um, children parliament neighborhood level to the village level, and then different, you know, next word abstract level. So yeah, that's it for sustainable development goal number 8, and at child ministry for the sustainable goal number 8, like for the recent work and economical growth. And I think let's just move, as father said, like not have a question right now, and let's just move to the next ministry. That's child minister for industry, innovation, and the infrastructure. Yeah. So in child ministry for the industry, innovation, and the infrastructure. So what is the larger theme that child ministry look at? It is like how we can build a resilient structure so that we can, I mean, that promotes inclusiveness, sustainable industrialization, and that fosters innovation. You know, so basically, like that's an overall theme that child minister will be looking at it. And if we look at, you know, different ways, let's just start with innovation. So basically, father has said like usually children celebrate science exhibition in their schools, and that's how they, you know, get the idea of like what are the innovative ideas that they would like to try it out, and then they share it with each other, and that's then they how kind of combine it with you know some sort of model and make it work. At the same time, there are some stories like there are some platforms like most of you might be aware about, like your stories, you know. It is the platform that gives idea about like who are the young innovators and child innovators. So basically these children also bring information from such platform, not just this one, but such kind of platform about child and youth innovators, and they then they share stories with each other about this, and that's the how get it inspiration. Also, they have idea of kind of like how we can have green schools, you know, like they can also talk about it, like, and they can create ideas about that. Like the main theme is about like water and energy, and sometimes in some children parliament they talk about these two different things, and then they try to generate ideas even if they don't have anything already. They choose some sort of thing and theme, and then they start generating ideas around it, like what are the you know innovative solution we can have for the problem that we are facing in the neighborhood, or it can be regarding anything, and that's they try to innovate, try to find the innovative solution of the problem. At the same time, it's the problem is such that like it's also can be you know in a way I would say uh, that really address the problem of the neighborhood. At the same time, it makes a business sense or the industry sense, you know, and that's the how try to get the sense of it. And now, I mean, in the current environment, there are many supportive systems that really help this ideas to actually flourish and get support from the different ecosystem that's available around. So basically, these children also try to get the support from the ecosystem available, to them in the neighborhood or village or even taluka, or it can be town also. Yeah. Especially when they are organizing something at big scale, like for example, like they want to have a sort of innovators meet, or for example, entrepreneur meet, when they are talking about innovation meet also, they get support from the youth parliament of the villages, and in collaboration with them, that's how they organize. Hmm. And one of the key idea that this child ministry also carries is how they can support the local innovation, like and then making it work. So basically, yeah, there are some NGOs who are working on it, and sometimes it just might happen. They talk about it, and then they try to get support from such NGOs, and provide them whatever support that is required to make that idea to actually convert into the prototype, and then making it sellable. So like that's child ministry also works on that. Sometime like it's not a direct thing, but sometime it happens. Child minister actually organize some sort of cultural festival, so that in cultural festivals they also get to know about themselves, and when they get to know about themselves, they get different ideas about like what are the areas that they would like to innovate or work on, and so that's how kind of uh, integrate it together. I think I'm going fast, so I will just slow down, and we'll take enough time before we jump to the next part. Yeah. So the next part is in infrastructure. So basically, everyone in the neighborhood should have enough infrastructure. Not even neighborhood, even everyone in the neighborhood as an individual, and as a neighborhood, or as a village itself, or as a school at large. So whatever we require to live a decent life, peaceful life, or that allow us to be follow the child rights, or whatever we can say. We need that minimum infrastructure, and this child minister under this sustainable development goal make sure that that's available into our Chilean parliament, and that's in our neighborhood, not Chilean parliament, but it's being talked in the Chilean parliament. Yeah. So basically, sometime I'm just giving some example, like what kind of example situation or topic Chilean minister would bring into the parliament under the section of the infrastructure. They might be talking about like building the library in the neighborhood. They might in some cases it happened that like they really had a space in the village, but they really didn't have any books to put in. So they invite kind of created some sort of campaign and ask people to donate their extra books, and that's how they have created their library. And there were some cases where actually like in the villages, in the village basically they had street light, but it was not functional. And I'm sure most of you might be able to resonate with what I'm saying. Like it happened, we have got someone just install it for once, and then they just don't look at the maintenance, like if it is working or not. So this basically child minister would look out like if all street light are functional or not. If not, then they will work with local authority, or maybe whatever their system is, and then they will try to fix that. Um, Another is like they will also look at if they have enough transport facility available within connected with their neighborhood. If not, then again they would talk about it and discuss the plan, and will make it work out. There has some cases in not a cases, but success stories where children were actually able to create some sort of like the bus were coming from the village, but they were not stopping at the stop. So this children parliament really talk about it, discuss about it, and really made the MLA to make that work. Like if bus is passing through our village, why they are not stopping, and we should have stop at our village, and they have made it actually. So yeah, and Also, like as you might be aware about that, like each and MLA in the local, I mean, MLA have their development funds, you know. This children parliament also look for that, like how these funds can be utilized more creatively or more towards the need of the neighborhood than you know, anything else. So, excuse me. Then I mean, it's there have been some cases where actually, you know, MLE is more interested toward kind of not utilizing or even, you know, underutilizing the funds, but where children were kind of, you know, raise the points and brought the like what is needed in the parliament, and they have, you know, not forced but convince MLAs to use that fund for the betterment of the parliament neighborhood, and then they made it work. So there are other success stories also, and I would just like to bring that in. Success story at the same time, like this will give you an idea of like what they do under this ministry. You know, there were some bus stoppers, but they didn't have any waiting shed. So, like they also created the waiting shed at the bus stop. So, under this ministry, if in their neighborhood, if they do not have, they might just bring this to the parliament and they, you know, figure out like what works. Sometime. I mean, if it's about infrastructure, you know. So, because of the infrastructure, sometimes governments also gets involved into this, and or some other authorities. So they also try to pursue the government to, you know, meet the need basically. They also, this minister also look for the, like if they have hospitals for the children in their village, you know, specialty, or even basic needs are being met or for the children or not in terms of the healthcare. And with that, there are other infrastructure aspect of the, you can say, industry aspect that is also being covered under this ministry. Are like, okay, they make sure that like they have enough anganwadis for the children, you know, basically in each village they know the number of children they have, and if they have enough anganwadis for it or not. If not, then they would again pursue the MLAs and corporators, and you know, would have dialogue about that and make it work. And so the basically, yeah, that's a key. And another aspect they look at is like also they ensure that like village have the market, you know, and they are actually functional from the appropriate areas, not just like at anywhere anything in the village, but they will make sure that like it's functional it's functioning from the appropriate areas into the village and the neighborhood. Sometime like as I mentioned, like water and, you know, the water and energy are both are the main key area they would be looking at, and they will ensure that like if they have enough for appropriate drainage systems, you know. If not, then they would again the same procedure. I mean, and they will figure out, and they will have the support from the youth parliament and neighborhood parliament, what would be required, or even the animators from of the children parliament, like who are the person they need to contact to, you know, make this work. And so basically, they will be also looking at the drainage system, if they are being maintained or not. If sometime not, there are some cases where children actually took the charge and, you know, run the campaign, and really they were able to create, I mean, clean and create the drainage system that was, you know, yeah, yeah. Um, in terms of electricity, yeah, again, in terms of success story, I would also would like to. I mean, this is what they are supposed to do. At the same time, it's a part of the success stories. You know, like there were some cases where they didn't have the electricity in the village, and children were actually able to bring that electricity to the neighborhood and the village. And that's how it worked. You know, they will also check that like if roads that connects their village to the other part of the world, or not world actually, the neighborhood and, you know, other villages are actually maintained, or if they have enough speed breakers put in the place in the village based on, you know, the normal guideline that we follow. Yeah. And they will have basically to kind of, you know, keep inspiring or keep their innovation or basically ideas, giving a space, they will be having continuous this kind of exhibition where they are actually able to generate different ideas and actually able to make it work. And it's basically the word we use is like budding child scientists, and how we can they would have activities to encourage these budding child scientists. And another aspect is like there are many government schemes that they, as a neighborhood at the village, they would be able to get benefit from. So they might also get the details about that and try to use that scheme if applicable or if needed. So yeah, I would like to share one or two example, and then I would like just to pause for a while. There were some in one village, like they needed a bridge, and in Chilean Parliament they talk about it and really created a memorandum and submitted to the Gram Sabha, And as we know, I mean, we can imagine like it might not happen in one attempt. They might have tried they have tried again and again, and at the end they got the bridge constructed, like under the Ministry of Ministry of the Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure. And this Chilean Parliament has really worked together and made this possible. I also I already talk about like children bringing the street light to the village, if they didn't have, and they talked to they submitted the petition to the ward member and got the problem solved. There were some cases like stories where basically they were able to find the areas where water was stagnant and it was creating a sort of problem. It was creating basically providing a ground for the mosquitoes to breed, and when ministry came to know under this, they figure out like we need to clean this, and they really got the help from the government officer and made it sorted. So yeah, and there is another case also where this ministry has also been able to submit they basically, when they submit the memorandum, they submit it as a parliament, not as an individual under ministry. But these are the topic that actually brought by this kind of minister, where the Chilean Parliament really had submitted memorandum to headmaster and really got toilet in the schools, and so like basically, yeah, it's basically about like to be present, to work or to live, what is the structure infrastructure that we require to structure required, and how we can make it happen. Like if we have different ideas, how we can also not just enable inspiration but also support the once there is already idea, like how we can support that and make it actually convert into the viable product or sale. So it's basically about integration of the different component of the society. I mean, that's how I would like to put it. The industry, those who are working, industry, then infrastructure, and when actually the government plays a major role, and then there is innovation. Like it's more about individual and how their idea is being kind of can be incubated or converted into the final something that is sellable or kind of marketable, like that. So it's basically about bringing different components of the societies or together, and like how we can make it work for our Chilean Parliament, and what is required, and get support from this different aspect of the society. So I think that's a key or a very brief summary of like what the child minister of the innovation industry and industry, infrastructure and the innovation does under this ministry, and the sustainable goal number 9. So yeah, very fast and brief introduction and about this two different ministry. If you have any question, I think we have about 10 to 15 minutes time. So yeah.